Salmonella is a major cause of foodborne disease, causes 1.4, 1.5 million cases of foodborne disease a year in the United States. Of that, poultry and egg products are one of the major sources of foodborne disease. So in order to eliminate that as a source of disease amongst people in the United States, Salmonella is an excellent candidate to go after.
We decided to switch to Salmonella because of its significance in food safety, and we had also a colleague here in the department that used to work on Salmonella, so it was like a teamwork.
So the idea is, since chickens are a reservoir for Salmonella, or so they harbor the strains of Salmonella that make humans sick, the idea is we can give them a strain of Salmonella that's not pathogenic and allow the chicken immune system to respond to the Salmonella so that hopefully the chickens will clear Salmonella from their systems. Therefore, there won't be any Salmonella in chicken products or in food products by the time they make it to the consumer.
And we started doing microarray study to look at the whole genome expression under different conditions. And one of the conditions we discovered, it also reduced the expression of the gene that causes disease. So that, we call that strain is attenuated. So it acts like Salmonella, but it doesn't make you sick. So that's a good hallmark for a vaccine strain.
If we can use a Salmonella vaccine that provides protection for the consumer, and at the same time that same vaccine provide protection against poultry pathogens that actually protect the animals as well, we'll hopefully get a two-for-one bang for your buck out of the product.
And I've been funding the work of my lab for my own pocket, you know. So the Chancellor Fund will help.
This is essentially going to allow us to ask a lot of questions about how this vaccine works, its efficacy, which other types of pathogen antigens we can encode in the Salmonella to use as a vaccine vector, and actually just sort of explore its utility and better develop it as an efficacious vaccine.
This technology, if successful, can increase employment in North Carolina and the whole United States and even overseas, because the problem is not only a USA problem, it's national, international problem.